Hello, my friend. Welcome to How to Like Your Life, a brain training podcast for mindset transformation. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm Emilie. I'm a brain training specialist and hypnosis practitioner, and I'm here to teach you how to harness your own inner power using the magic and science of brain training and self-hypnosis to transform your life and like your life. Before we jump into the episode, I have a very exciting announcement. The next cohort of my 6-week hypnotic empowerment brain training masterclass is open for registration. The class will be from May 18th to June 22nd, and it's a live brain training and hypnosis online course where I will personally guide you through mental practices and exercises that you can use to reprogram your mind. You'll learn how to really clear out the mental junk that's holding you back by reducing your stress, reprogramming limiting beliefs, regulating your nervous system, so that you can start to condition your mind to feel better. You'll also learn really practical ways to increase your access to joy, boost your confidence, believe in yourself more, boost motivation, and get clarity on your goals so that you can boldly pursue them. We will do all of this through live group calls every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. There's recordings if you can't make it live or if you want to go through the program at your own pace. There are video lessons, guided hypnosis recordings each week, journal prompts, worksheets, a private community forum, and so many more resources. And I'm so excited to personally guide you through this process. I do offer flexible payment plans through Afterpay, and you can learn more and get all of the information to register at the link in the show notes. I cannot wait to see you there. And without further ado, let's dive into today's episode. All right, I have got a highly requested topic for you today, which is how to have more energy in the morning. Of course, a good night's sleep is essential. I'm sure we will do many episodes on brain training and hypnosis specifically for sleep in the future, but today I want to delve into some other approaches that you can use in both your evening routine and your morning routine so that you wake up feeling more refreshed, you feel more prepared for your day, and you're actually in a better mood, because this podcast is called How to Like Your Life, and our lives also include mornings. How many people do you know that self-identify as cranky morning people? You might even be in that category, especially if you are listening to this episode. You might be the kind of person who wakes up and you're in a bad mood until you have your coffee. So today's episode is gonna really go over some simple, short, easy, practical ways that you can feel better at the start of your day. And energy is so much more than quality sleep. It's not just whether or not you got 8 hours. It's about waking up and looking forward to your day and having mental clarity and physical and mental energy to move through the things that you have in your day so that you can like the experiences that you're having in your life. Of course, things like chronic illness and disability are factors in energy levels. They're factors in how we feel, especially in the mornings. But these tools that I'm going to share can help move you in the direction of feeling better, regardless of where your starting point is. The first tool I want to share with you is really about creating a more positive association with waking up. In our snooze culture, a lot of us hear our alarms go off, we hit snooze, we roll over, we decide that we do not want to start our day yet, and then we keep sleeping. And the more we do that, the more exhausted we are in the mornings. And the thing is, we're also training our brains to have an association with mornings and not wanting to experience them. In neuroscience, there's a phrase that says neurons that fire together, wire together. I talk about this all the time in the podcast. And it basically means that when we have multiple experiences happening at the same time, they become connected physically in the brain. So if we wake up with the expectation that we're not going to have enough energy, if we wake up and we groan because it's morning and we don't want it to be morning, that's wiring in our brains. Our brains are starting to believe that mornings aren't a good time for us, that we don't feel good, that we don't want to start our day. Our brains are like these little prediction machines, and so they use all of the past experiences that we've had to determine how we think, feel, and behave in the future. So if you have had a lot of experiences where you wake up in the morning and you think to yourself, ugh, I do not want it to be morning right now. I feel so tired. I feel exhausted. Why can't I just sleep in? Your brain is going to predict that that's how you'll feel tomorrow. So, in order to create a new association with mornings to have more energy, it's not just about sleeping for 8 hours, it's about creating a new wiring in the brain so that your system, your brain and your body can predict that in the mornings you'll feel good. In the mornings you'll want to wake up. In the mornings you feel celebratory. And there's two things that I recommend that everyone do first thing in the morning that takes less than 30 seconds, but it makes such an incredible difference in how you feel and how you start your day. The first thing that I recommend is kind of silly, but I've shared about this on social media before, and I have thousands of people that are messaging me and telling me about how incredibly helpful it is to them. And that is that when your alarm goes off, first of all, do your best to not snooze it. And instead, when you get up out of bed, as soon as you're up, put your arms above your head and with a big smile on your face, say the word yes. If you have a partner that's still sleeping, you can do this silently. I do it quietly every day and it helps so much. But what this is actually doing is it's creating an association of mornings and celebration. It's teaching the brain that you love mornings, that you celebrate them, because we have already built-in associations with the word yes being incredibly affirming when we say it like that. And the act of putting your arms above your head in an upward posture also has a celebratory association because we do that naturally when we are celebrating something. So it will help to give you a rush of energy and a mood boost. And I know that it's goofy, I know that it's a little weird, but do this for a couple of weeks and just start to see the shifts that are happening. And it takes time to retrain the brain. It's not a quick fix, but over time, the more you do this, those neurons are going to wire together. Now, the second way that you can create this positive association with waking is using your thoughts. So I know that the tendency when waking up is to immediately start thinking about the stuff in your day that you don't want to do. You might dread some of the tasks on your to-do list. You might be going through all that stuff in your head. And this is normal. We have something called a negativity bias where our brains naturally focus on the negative experiences in our lives over the positive ones. But this is not really setting a wonderful tone for the day, right? Especially because in that early moment, right after you've woken up, before you are fully awake and alert, you are in something called the theta brainwave state. This is also known as the hypnotic state of consciousness. And when we're in this hypnotic kind of in-between state between waking and sleep, our brains learn so much faster and they are way more open to suggestion. So the thing that you think about right when you wake up is going to have a powerful impact on how you feel for the day. So a really wonderful and practical way to counteract this is as soon as you wake up, before getting out of bed, perhaps maybe even before you put your arms above your head and say yes, is to have a little notebook on your bedside table. And as soon as you wake up, as soon as you open your eyes, I want you to start thinking about the things you're looking forward to in your day and write down at least 3 of them in your little journal. This is a kind of take on a gratitude practice, but for experiences you haven't had yet. And they can be really, really small. It could be that you're looking forward to your morning coffee. It could be that you're looking forward to snuggling with your dog or your cat. Maybe you are looking forward to wearing a really soft shirt. And a lot of people tell me that they don't always know what to write down. If you feel like you don't have any ideas or you don't really have a wonderful day ahead of you, make a choice to incorporate something into your day that you can look forward to. So choose to wear your favorite shirt or choose to make your favorite dinner, or maybe choose to watch 3 minutes of bloopers of your favorite TV show before you go into work. These can be really teeny tiny things, but this act of writing down just 3 things you're looking forward to, 3 things that help you like your life a little bit more in your day, can help to counteract that negativity bias. And because you are in that theta brainwave state, your brain is listening. It's actually creating a suggestion for the brain to be more likely to notice and enjoy those moments as they're happening. That's pretty cool, right? Just by writing down a couple of things for a few seconds can set you up to enjoy more of your day as you're living it. And if you do these 2 things, that prediction machine, that part of your brain that is predicting how you should think, feel, and behave when you first wake up is going to start to change. As you do this for a few weeks, you're going to feel a shift. You might feel a greater sense of optimism. You might feel a greater sense of energy, really looking forward to your day, feeling ready for your day. Because if we are reminding our brains that we have things that are worth being excited about, then that is automatically invigorating. Think about a little kid that is excited for their birthday or a holiday or a trip or something that they are so pumped about. On those days, they are wide awake first thing in the morning. They jump out of bed because they're looking forward to their day, because they like their life, because being awake gives them an opportunity to enjoy that day even longer. So these little practices can help you embody that childlike, excited energy even on your normal days. Something else to keep in mind as you are starting your mornings is that it's really important to ease into your day. I know so many people talk about how you shouldn't wake up and scroll on social media and check your emails right away. And you've probably already heard this, but the reasons for this are so important. First of all, we are in that theta brainwave state, that highly suggestible state. And so if we're opening our phones or reading horrific things in the news or reading emails from our boss or being exposed to anything that could cause a bit of stress, that is sinking into the brain and reinforcing that belief that we should feel stressed first thing in the morning. It also increases our stress levels, which is the opposite of what we want to be feeling as we're beginning our days. And it also gives us a huge flood of dopamine. Now, we often associate dopamine with reward and motivation, but when we're receiving high amounts of dopamine first thing in the morning, it can make it harder for us to be motivated for the rest of the day and feeling reward in the smaller tasks that we're doing. So it can increase our dependency on scrolling through social media in any moment. So it's something that is worth avoiding. And I personally go through phases where I scroll and scroll and scroll, even though I know better. And it makes my attention span so much worse throughout the day. And when I'm really diligent about not scrolling on my phone for the first hour or so of the day, I am so much more productive. I feel a lot lighter in my mind and my body. I feel more focused. And it's a lot easier to lean into that positive, celebratory, and grateful mindset that we are talking about here. I know a lot of people go on their phones to kind of zap themselves awake, which is effective, even though it's not super supportive to our well-being. So something that you can do instead that is so incredibly helpful, that is so simple, but works really well for me is having a glass of water on your bedside table. Or in my case, I have one of those water bottles that keeps your water cold throughout the night, so I put some ice in it. When your alarm goes off after you've done your gratitude, if you feel the inclination to reach for your phone, reach for your water instead. Sit up in your bed and take a couple sips of water. Hydration first thing in the morning is also so energizing, and it can help replace that habit of reaching for something. But give yourself permission to find a way to ease into your day rather than aggressively jolting yourself awake. Lean into ease. Give your body and your brain the tools and the time to help you feel good about your morning without forcing it. I'd like to quickly interrupt this episode to share a bit about how you can make it easier to like your life using my hypnosis app, Dawdle. What you might not know is that every single episode of this How to Like Your Life podcast is paired with a recommended guided hypnosis session on the Dawdle app to help you enhance the practices that we're talking about here so you don't have to figure it out all on your own. On the app, you'll also find tons and tons of full-length hypnosis sessions to help you in so many areas of your life, including relaxation, stress relief, focus, motivation, joy, confidence, health and healing, sleep, getting in touch with your goals, and so much more. There's also a whole library of eyes open hypnosis for you to listen to while you're doing things actively, while walking, while showering. There's also a library of mood shifters, which are practices that are under 5 minutes, designed to help you get out of a stress response fast and feel better quickly. So in this podcast, I'll teach you how to like your life, and on Dawdle, it'll become a very easy task. So make sure to try out Dawdle for free for 7 days, and you can find the download links in the show notes. Now let's get back to the episode. The other tool that is just life-changing, and I mean it, life-changing, in how you feel in the mornings is actually something that is done at night to prepare for the next day. And it's a little self-hypnosis tool that I developed back when I was recovering from chronic illness. I'd never seen anyone do this in this way before, but it involves visualizing tomorrow going so well. So what I would recommend is setting aside 5 to 10 minutes in your evening at some point toward the end of the day, ideally close to bedtime, but whenever you can fit it in. Take some time to find a comfortable place. Maybe take 10 long, slow, deep breaths. That's going to get you into a deeply relaxed state that opens up your mind a bit, bringing you into that theta brainwave state where your mind is more open to suggestions. And then visualize tomorrow. So imagine yourself opening your eyes in the morning with so much energy, feeling so shocked at how good you are feeling, maybe picturing yourself doing your morning gratitude, noticing what you're looking forward to, putting your arms above your head and saying yes. And then imagine yourself really enjoying your morning routine. Something that really helps to amplify the effects of this is to kind of turn up the volume on the intensity and the positive emotions. So I personally love to imagine embodying the obnoxious enthusiasm of a Disney princess. So I picture myself skipping to the kitchen and making myself breakfast while laughing and singing and humming to myself, feeling so good as I sweep the floors and really embodying the version of me that is loving my life. And then visualize the rest of your day. Imagine yourself handling challenges with ease, really picturing yourself feeling okay as you are facing whatever it is you have in your day. Imagine yourself holding on to that sense of energy and joy and gratitude for your life, perhaps really noticing and enjoying and savoring the positive tiny moments that typically pass you by, maybe noticing more beautiful things around you, savoring and enjoying your food. Mentally rehearse tomorrow going well up until your evening routine and visualizing yourself drifting off to sleep with ease. And let me tell you, this really works because the subconscious mind doesn't really know the difference between imagination and reality. And as you know, the brain is like a prediction machine. It uses past experiences to inform how we feel in the future. And so your brain is getting a new experience of what it's like to feel good in the mornings and through the rest of the day. So it's going to use those imagined circumstances to predict that that's how you're going to feel in the morning. Again, it takes time to train the brain. It is not a quick fix, but I noticed a really incredible shift in my energy, my mood, my mental and physical health, my ability to deal with stress when I started doing this practice. The most immediate thing that I noticed when I started doing this regularly was I woke up before my alarms. I started naturally waking up about 20-30 minutes before my alarms were set consistently every day and having extra energy. And the benefits continue to compile and sort of exponentially grow and grow because each day that you do this, you're starting to give yourself 2 powerful experiences of a good morning just by default because you're visualizing it and then it's coming true and then you visualize it again and then it comes true. And you're building up this evidence and this experience for your brain to trust that mornings can be a really wonderful time for you. And of course, it's definitely easier to go through these kinds of visualization practices when we're guided. So I recommend checking out the practices in my hypnosis app, Dawdle, because you'll be guided specifically through sessions that help you conjure a sense of joy and really turn up the volume on those positive feelings as you're mentally rehearsing your day. And it just helps you stay focused and really create the suggestions that are supportive to how you want to feel in the mornings. So to recap some of these practices, first and foremost, when you wake up, avoid reaching for your phone, avoid snoozing, and instead grab a sip of water, sit up, hydrate yourself, write down 3 things you're looking forward to in your day, really giving yourself the suggestion that today's going to be a good day. When you get out of bed, put your arms above your head and say yes. Give yourself permission to celebrate being awake, being alive, liking your life. And in the evenings, to prepare for the next day, visualize tomorrow. Visualize it going well. Visualize it feeling good. And your brain has no choice but to change because the brain learns from experience. And neurons that fire together wire together. So the more you have these experiences of feeling good, of celebrating yourself, of looking forward to your day, of waking up like a little kid on Christmas morning, that's going to carve very real neural pathways into your brain. And training the brain is just like training the body. So if you want physical strength, you need to go to the gym at least more than once, right? Repetition is really essential. And so the same is true for your brain. Continue to gift yourself these positive experiences. Build that inner strength in your mind and create some of those transformations in the first few minutes of your day. I'm a very practical person, so I want to share with you some additional resources that can help support the things that you're implementing from this podcast. Firstly, I have my hypnosis app, Dawdle, which has over 100 guided sessions for so many different areas of your life. And the coolest thing about the Dawdle app is that it's paired with this podcast, How to Like Your Life. So for every episode in this podcast, in the Dawdle app, you will find a library with a suggested guided hypnosis session that matches the theme of the episode. Dawdle is free to try for 7 days. You can check it out, cancel anytime, and all of the info is linked in the show notes. And if you want to take a much deeper dive into brain training and self-hypnosis and work with me to learn how to retrain your brain to really like your life fully, I do have a live masterclass called Hypnotic Empowerment. It's a 6-week online brain training intensive with live group calls, video lessons, new guided hypnosis sessions and brain training practices every week, and so much more. That's designed to really help you clear out the mental junk that is keeping you stuck. So you'll learn how to reduce your stress, reprogram limiting beliefs, regulate your nervous system, build your confidence, increase your access to joy and motivation, and really gain clarity on your goals so that you can boldly and confidently pursue them. And the next cohort is officially open for registration. It's from May 18th to June 22nd. The live calls are every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, but if you can't make it live, that's totally okay. You can access the recordings anytime. You have access to the entire course for a full year. It is truly such a wonderful mental reset in such a beautiful and supportive community. So make sure to check out the link in the show notes to learn more and claim your spot in the Hypnotic Empowerment Masterclass. If you got something out of this episode, if you benefited from this in any way, please make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. And if you feel so inclined, please also rate and review this podcast. Ratings and reviews are so helpful for creators like me to reach more people and continue to offer these resources for free, because I really want to make brain training accessible and make self-care accessible, because everyone deserves to like their life. You are so capable of liking your life. You have so many inner strengths within you that can help you feel better. You have been listening to How to Like Your Life. This is Emilie Lies, and it's been so wonderful chatting with you. I hope you have a great week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, friend.